You know what? Screw it. It's been a while, but since Thanksgiving is coming up in just a few short days, I thought it would be wonderful for all of us to join hands at the hip and not just participate in the worldwide circle jerk, but to be thankful. Thankful that we see another day. Thankful that we draw breath on this earth. Thankful that you get to see me and that you get to subscribe and that you get to hear my soothing voice. And you always remember that we are all joined at the hip, because if I gotta see something stupid, you gotta see something stupid, because ain't nothing better than a bunch of us all seeing something stupid and saying, wow, that's pretty dumb. But not just that, it's the fact that people exist in a world where the doctor, professor, philanthropist, gynecologist, veterinarian, cafeteria lady with the big double D titties, and serves you that slop on Mondays, professional dog walker, Burger King, onion ring connoisseur, McDonald's protester, dildo expertise, clit finder, San Francisco 49er cheerleader, diehard Denver Broncos fan, first black transphobic wizard in the Hogwarts universe, according to Twitter, and sexiest chef of all time, will always dedicate his civic duty to teach you how to not be stupid on social media. You know it. I know it. I don't like saviors. I don't like any of these people who want to stand in front of actual people trying to make a change, no matter how small or how big, and they want to make it all about them. And quite recently, you didn't know it. I didn't know it, and guess what? That's perfectly fine. Wasn't on our radar. It was Transgender Day of Remembrance. Put a pin in that. We're going to get to it in a second.
Today, November 20th, is Transgender Day of Remembrance. Every year on this day, we collectively mourn the transgender, expansive, non-binary folks that we have lost to violence. I wanted to take a moment with you to share what the Human Rights Campaign has recently released in their 2024 report of violence against transgender people, and I also wanted to share with you a couple things you can do in response to the question, what can I do? What is gonna help? Since last year's Trans Day of Remembrance, at least 36 people have been killed in the United States, identifying as transgender, expansive, or non-binary. This is not new, but it bears repeating. Most of these people that have been victimized are also trans women of color. Trans women of color are disproportionately attacked, assaulted, and murdered. We're also seeing a trend where victims to violence are becoming younger and younger in age. One person we have lost to violence, being Polly Likens, was only 14, and that is the youngest person that has been killed to date. We also know that since 2013, 18 trans and gender nonconforming people have died in police custody. So what can we do? First things first is we put our money where our mouth is. We're not just going to be out here saying trans people deserve to be safe and have safe spaces and not be murdered. No, we're going to actually back that up with our bank account. We are going to look for whatever organization is around us that supports queer youth especially, and we are going to donate. If you are in Ohio or you care about Ohio or you just like the Buckeyes, I don't know, go to Kaleidoscope Youth Center. I'm going to post this link. I'm going to post it everywhere. I have for a long time. I'm the board chair on the board of directors, and we are the largest and longest standing youth center to solely serve queer youth in Ohio. Again, that is Kaleidoscope Youth Center, being kycohio.org. The next thing we're going to do is disrupt. Anytime you see any violence against a trans person, if you are a cis person, if you are a person in a position of privilege, you are going to disrupt that. Cause a distraction. Take that person out of here. Like, be a human shield. Whatever you can do, do not do nothing. And if you can just disrupt the moment long enough for that person to be able to flee to safety, then you did your job. It doesn't have to be this like crazy like human rights moment where you're going to be in a history book. And do whatever you can to provide the person who needs safety. That's it. Donate and disrupt. Donate and disrupt. That's what we need.
And people were celebrating. And guess what? Have fun. I hope you all enjoy your day of remembering all these iconic people who, not time to take that pin out, who lost their lives in acts of transgender violence, which is the entire metric of what that day is about. It started back in 1999, the same year I was born. And you know, in moments in time where you could say, okay, they're remembering some people, there's always gonna be that one who goes above and beyond and thinks the entire day where you're remembering the dead makes it about them.
Happy Tidor. I took today off because I had worked another day for Tidor, and it seemed like the job was not really recognizing It was like I worked another day for a whole T-Door event, and it was like my job was just kind of like, okay. So I took today off because no, you're not going to be a LGBTQAI plus location and then not give flowers to the trans people that work there. So anyways, that's a whole nother topic. But like I suspected, but anyways, I hope everyone's T-Door is going well.
You stupid, simplistic, narcissistic bitch. I get that you don't like working your job. I get that you might hate that job. You could always quit and find another one. You could always, still be at that job while dedicating more time to a passion that you have as a hobby that you could turn into a lucrative business. And then you could just say, fuck that job. And you could be your own boss and you could work your own hours. You could have the time of your life just existing and being a girl, they, them boss. I don't know your pronouns. Don't ask me. Don't grill me. Don't hold my feet to the fire. But to sit here and look at a specific day where you're supposed to dedicate your respect and remembrance to dead transgenders who were fighting for maybe some rights, maybe a little bit of respect, maybe they were just standing around and they got a headshot. And those moments in time are significant because people lost their lives. You're taking it and saying, oh, why hasn't anybody rolled out the red carpet for me? How come I'm not getting some flowers? How come I'm not getting any pay of extra? Bitch, you're not doing nothing. You're just standing there being an employee, doing your fucking job. You're not getting that because that's not a day dedicated to you. It's dedicated to the fucking dead. But because I live in a world full of people who want to take moments that aren't meant for them and make it all about them, because unfortunately, people like to think that we're all just the side characters and they themselves are the main character. We're just supposed to be okay with that. Don't seem to understand every day not about you. And it's not gonna be like that for you all the time. You can't expect when we're supposed to be paying a little bit of tribute to the dead that we focus on you. No, never gonna be how that works. It could have been different. You could have sat here and said, oh, I wanted to share a story about a historic transgender individual who trailblazed and was ultimately gunned down by somebody. You could have said, oh, I know this trans person who lost their life because they went on a date and the date didn't like transgenders and he just shot him. Oh God. But no, you made it all about you, you selfish little bitch. And that's the sick part. It's not about you. I know you like to think in your mind that you are the most important, but you're not. You're just not. And maybe this could be extended to all of you watching this. Maybe you think in your life that you are more important than you truly are. And I'm here to let you know, no disrespect, but you're not. You're just degular, basic human being. You got some basic hobbies, some basic traits. It's not a knock on you. It's just what the fuck you are. And I want you to be proud of that. I want you to be proud that you're a human and you draw breath on this earth and you have all the capabilities to bitch, moan, groan, and bitch again like this motherfucker. Because there's no way under the sun I'm going to take a moment dedicated to the dead and make it that, oh, my job didn't fucking give me a piece of paper and say you've done great as a transgender. It's stupid. Be ashamed of your fucking self. As the only person who truly cares about my trans brothers and sisters, I am disgusted by you. Shame on you. Oh, I spit at you and your stupidity. I was letting my toes crust up so I could suck on them when I saw all this stupid shit. How dare you disrespect my trans brothers and sisters who are no longer drawing breath on this earth. They fought for you. And all you doing now is bitching with your metaphorical feet kicked up, thinking that you fought the good fight. No, you didn't, bitch. You tweeted. You bitched on Twitter, probably, and on TikTok too. You should be ashamed and embarrassed. But to everyone else, use this as a lesson. Don't think of yourself as more important than whatever cause you claim to care about. And remember the most important thing. Activists and people who want to speak up for the cause suck more than anyone you could ever imagine because they don't care about anything but making sure that they are the center of the attention. Subscribe to the channel and I will see you all in the next one. Mwah. Happy soon to be or pre or after Thanksgiving. Don't even know when I'm uploading this. Bye.